Hello there, everybody. Sat Sri Akal, and Paji's with me as well. Paji never.
See, Belloy, straight away.
That's what we
Right.
like, Paji. That's what we like. We like
Love.
spontaneous,
Yeah,
and we like the fact that this is what it is, and it is what it is, isn't it?
okay,
So,
that's it.
Paji, first of all, to everybody tuning in, and while you set up your phone, just to say thank you very much for tuning in to this amazing conversation with the legend himself. He's a bit shaky at the moment. I just want to know what he's been drinking. With the legend himself, the great Apache Indian, and it's always an honor, absolute humble honor, to speak to Baji, and I just call him Baji every time I see him. And I think for all of us, he is Baji, and he's kind of all sorted, and he's all set.
Is that all right? Tika?
That's fine, Baji. Okay, so we are live now. So how are you, Baji? Big hello to
I'm
you.
I'm very well, thank you. It's very nice to be with you. And we're not strangers, so we're friends. So it's lovely to see you again. And big respect to all the Punjab 2000, all the listeners out there. This is all new, so Beldo Bari, so just give us a chance.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to be with you, Suki.
Yeah, it is, Baji, and this is the way of the world now, isn't it? It's all new, but
Yeah.
one thing you've always done throughout your life, throughout your music career, is adapted, and it's just adapting your surroundings. How important is that for you, Baji?
No, very important. Obviously, I've been through the industry and been through life for 50 years old. I've seen many changes. So we have to adapt. What can we do? So I'm the kind of person that not only adapts, but always thinking out the box because life is unpredictable. I'm always flying around the world. I'm always praying. I'm always giving thanks for every day. But look what this has done. It's made us like kind of reflect on who we are, where we are, because and God is in control, really. You know what I mean? As much as we try and much as we do, we have to, that's why I live by prayers and blessings. That's why I always say the word respect. It's not just words that we use. We have to live spiritually and religiously every day and look what's going on around us. So yes, adapting is very, very important. I mean, even the music business, the internet came in, we had to adapt. It knocked us. And this particular period, I know we'll speak about it, but it's not the musicians and the live shows and all the people behind the scenes, and so it's been a big blow. So we have to be proactive as much as we can, and that's why I recorded the album in that time. So Kikaria, let's just try to do something. But yeah,
Suppose, yeah,
it's all about
it has given a lot of people food for thought,
yeah.
what's happened. But what I want to know from Baji, from your point of view,
Mhm.
being as an artist, not as an artist maybe, but as Apache Indian, the spiritual
Yeah.
side of things. I mean, how do you see COVID, or how do you see these sort of situations for the world? Is it a way of God or the Almighty, whatever you believe in, telling us, yeah, maybe it's time to take a breather, maybe it's time to slow down, maybe it's time to stop, maybe it's time to give the animals a chance?
Yeah, well, it's definitely all those things. I mean, and if those people that don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, look what's happened. You assess the situation yourself. And yes, there's been, the deaths across the world has been incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my lifetime where it's affected the world across the globe, just, in a matter of weeks and months. What else has done that? I know we have a terrorist attack or something happens and a few people die, which is shock and horror. We've lost over 1 million people, and we're still losing people. And it makes you question. It makes you question. Some people they question God and say, "Well, if there was a God, why is this happening?" Everything happens for a reason. I believe that. Even out of a bad situation, I make it good or write a song about it to inspire other people. But it's definitely a time to look at the other things like nature, like that we've seen the trees growing again, like the air we can breathe again, and all that. So and the animals again, and so we have to really step back and look at that, look at our lives, look at where we are, look at what we're doing. If we're talking about music, what we are doing for the musicians, are we doing anything? There's not many people I see at the radio, anyone saying anything about the musicians, but yet we provided them with music that keeps their jobs alive. Now we haven't got jobs. What about us now? And look at
Yeah.
me, Apache Indian. You talk about Apache Indian. I've been around the world. I've sold many albums. I've got a new album coming out. And I'm a teacher also in a college. So the teacher job didn't start because the colleges are slow and there's no art. So I'm now unemployed. Yeah, right. Right. I'm officially unemployed. That's why I'm classed as universal
Yeah.
credit or whatever. But it's a shame. I mean, I've never been in these positions before. Never thought I would be. It happened overnight. So as well as supporting myself and people around me, I'm trying to support, you know, my academy and other people. What else can we do?
Yeah.
It's not over. It's far from over.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. What you've just sort of hit the nail on the head is that although we may see you as a musician, as a singer, as a producer, not just you, just all people out there, but really you've still got a living to do. You've still got people that dependent on you. You still got to buy food. You still got to eat. You still got to pay the bills. And
Right.
for the arts industry, there's not much support that seems to be out there.
No, there's not. No, we're left at the bottom of the pile. And it's not just the artists, the musicians, all the people. When we go on tour, it's 15, 17 people. I mean, I do about 20, 30 countries a year. All the festivals for even next year are not confirming, because this is the time they confirm for next year. Some of it will be, nobody knows whether to. So when does it start for us? But as I'm saying, we've given so much, you know, income to the UK and to the industry in general. This is the first time we're in that position. So why isn't somebody coming to us? I'm saying that we do have platforms like, you know, radio stations or TV stations, or all these stations that we have in the UK, Asian stations. Why isn't anyone doing anything?
Mm.
We can do a
Mm.
lot more, be proactive. Just say, let's help the musicians. Has anyone said anything? So why are we
Yeah.
left to the bottom of the pile? Why, you know, it's not fair, especially when a lot of those DJs and you know, TV shows make their money from musicians that done that. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a job if there was no music. So now
Yeah.
we're
Fair.
unemployed. Can you give us a hand? You know what I mean? I'm just saying that for myself. If I'm saying that and I am successful, I'm talking for the artists, all the musicians, all my friends, and all the people that I've worked with around the world. Everyone is suffering, and we're not even getting mentioned. It's not
Yeah.
even getting mentioned. So, and music is hard anyway. As I said, we had the internet blow. Now we've had this blow. Yes, it's affected many lives, and maybe we're not that important, but somewhere we have to address it, because the market still hasn't opened up for us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Budgie, I've been following you on your Instagram and everything, and it's nice and wet and cold in Birmingham. You clearly are not in, and even the tan as well. You know, you got a nice tan. You're looking well. You know, enjoying the sunshine. I suppose I did say to you the other day. I said, Budgie, can you send some sun over? And you sent me a picture with the sun with some sunglasses on. So that was quite nice.
No. What it was, I was in the lockdown from March till August, which is 6 months, and I spent a lot of time at home and I sorted a lot of things out with the academy, and I started picking up on the album. I started recording the album at home. I mean, I had a recording for a couple of years, accelerated the process, and after 6 months, someone said, "Oh, why don't you come down to Spain for a week?" I said, "Oh, I've worked hard. Let me go to Spain for a week, and then I come back and I carry on with the college and the academy." I came out
Yeah.
here for a week. Then he went to 2 weeks, and he went to 3 weeks. And every time I called England, they said, "Is the college ready? I'm ready to come back." And then no, there's nothing. It's actually got worse. There's more lockdown. I'm like, yeah. Then it got colder. And then there's a call again. Even the college can then nothing. Any gigs? Nothing. So I had my studio shipped out here. I finished my album out here in Spain. I've been here ever since. It's been 3 months. I have a lovely villa by the ocean. And I showed you a picture earlier.
You did.
All it is that, I mean, I'll be back and forth really. I'm only 2 hours away, but it's
Yeah.
nice to be in a sunny, you know, nice to have some sun, get the suntan back. We're supposed to be in hot countries, eh?
Yeah, Baji, I think everybody, even on Facebook, and I really feel for you. You know, I'm so sorry that you are out there in the sunshine, really feeling it for you.
Come and
Is
join
your
me. Come and join me, sir.
okay, Baji? Obviously, you mentioned the album. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
just to say thank you because you've saved me for today. So that's so kind of you because the album is dropping today at midnight. So, you know,
Yes,
respect.
the album. Yeah, thank you very, very, very much. And this is the first interview I've done like this, and it's nice to have your blessings on my album. It's a great way to start. I'm surprised that you don't have all the promo and all the package. Where's all that?
Baji, nobody tells me anything. It's just, you know, it's just like being the man of the house. Everything happens, but no one tells you.
No. I mean,
This is
yeah. I mean, just as well I can tell you. So while I've been in Spain, everywhere I looked, someone was always saying next to me, "Look at this, Apache. Look at the palm trees. Look at the sun. What's not to love?" And then
yeah.
I kept saying, "I have to go back," and somebody say again, "What's not to love, Apache?" So that's the title of the album. It's called "What's Not to Love." A
Yeah.
couple of years ago, I recorded a fantastic song with Hunters. Everybody knows Hunters. Hunters, the legendary Hunters. Hunters Music. Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
He came to Birmingham and he started working in my academy. He started helping the young kids at the academy. I knew he was a legend before, but when he started working with these young kids, I realized how talented. I mean, he'd pick up a bass guitar and play it. He'll pick up a tabla and play it. He'll pick up a guitar. He'll start producing a song. I was like, and he'll give you vocal training. I would say, go and see Hunters. Go and see Hunters. And he knows about melodies. He knows about Arabic. I mean, he's really got a relationship with music. Anyway, obviously, we spoke about collaboration. He came back with this phenomenal song, this trip to Jamaica. I mean,
Right.
he did this and he sent me the song, and I fell in love with it straight away. And it bothered me all night. I started writing the song in the morning, and I sent him a voice note of my verses, and he loved the verses. I recorded it, and it's one of those songs. It just makes speechless. I mean, it's just magic, something magic about it. It's already played in Jamaica. It's already been played. The first time it was played on a reggae station in Birmingham. Straight away went to Jamaica, because we're talking about having a party in Montego Bay, trip to Jamaica. So big respect to Hunters, and sorry, my eyes are watering. Respect to Hunters and his brother V and Ishus and the whole family. It's great to start not a collaboration, but a whole relationship. I'm going to be doing a lot more with Hunters. He has a passion for industry as well. He always likes to help young people. He's got some special album coming. I'm trying to squeeze on that album. He's got various different tracks with different people, so I want to be a part of that album.
So, Baji, who else features on the album, or tell me about some of the other tracks on the album which is being released today? What's Not to Love?
Okay, so you have another song, great song that's produced by Roach Killer. It's called "Look My Way," a song that I wrote, and I went to his studio actually in the lockdown. I had a great session with him. And he's a great producer. I mean, he's a great artist. He really understands music and, different genres and styles, rap, reggae, hip hop. He gets it. So a first production with him. He's also featured on the track, also a rapper from Toronto, Brits Creek, worked with him before. And another artist called Cat Eyes, a reggae Indian artist again from Toronto. So a lot of Toronto connections. So look out for that song. I mean, I love all these songs. Another magical song. There's another artist from Toronto that I worked with. I worked with him before. His name's Binda Bajwa. Oh. I've always loved his voice. I did a song with him before called Territor. I don't know whether you remember it. Great song. So it's always hard to top a big collaboration like that. But I did want to do something new with him. And this song is called Gidavich. Gidavich. I love it so much. And it's produced by Gubsy. So my percussion player, my producer, Gubsy, who also works in Market Singh, with Shin. So he's on the album as a producer. Big up Gubsy. So it kind of brings kind of brings flavors from Canada, from America to the UK kind of urban scene. And then we have a great song from India, a collaboration from India. And the song is called Freedom. So a lovely lady called Shilpa Sharak, beautiful Hindi voice and melodies. Chezin, English vocals from Delhi, and Deniro Ash, who's a composer, producer, a bit of Desi rap. But it's a favorite track. I can't wait for you to hear it. So Hindi, some Bollywood. You got Punjabi on the album. You got some rap. You got some reggae with Hunters. You've got UK. You've got cross cultures, India, Canada, and yet it's still very reggae and urban. So much so that all the reggae stations are playing all the reggae. So I'm very, very proud of the albums. It's called It's just one of those albums I've had on repeat, and every song is for some reason. The story behind every song. There's a lot of people. Pardon?
What's not to love, Baji? What's not to love? What's not to love? It's just simple. As simple as that.
What's the most important thing to me with music? Obviously, music isn't worth much money, and we've been doing any gigs. But for music, it gives me a platform to speak about the things that are important. I've done that ever since from the 90s. I've written songs about arranged marriage, caste problems, drink problems, AIDS problems. There's a song on the album called
that one.
There's a special song on the album called Stronger.
Yes. Stronger.
It's just about how feeling stronger through difficult times, and all the things that we've been through in the year. Very relevant song. I want to feel stronger each day. My faith, it leads the way to a place where I do pray and give thanks for life, I say. Listen to that song. So there's always a bit of, the messages are there, We have fun with the album as well. It's definitely, we've worked so hard on it. And we get a lot of love from a lot of the radio stations around the world. I've done interviews already to South Africa, to Malaysia today. We've got Canada. So we need all the DJs to support, not just me, all the artists, and try to support local artists, try to support people in your community, especially our Asian communities, the urban and the Asian, all the young people want to do things. It's a platform for them. And if there's no gigs, extra support. I have to emphasize this because I'm passionate about being an artist. I'm passionate about the industry, and I'm passionate about what I do with the platform. And for those people, I'll quickly mention about my academy. I run a music academy for young people for 7 years in a college, helping young people, not just with music, life skills, get them back into education, get them back into apprenticeships, whatever it may be, just helping individuals, helping communities. And, for years, okay, I have a name, Apache Indian, fame, toured around the world, you make money, but what do you do with it? That was the question I always ask. Oh my God. And God tells you, then go and do something with it. Because it wasn't about all those things for me. And so for 7 years, I've been doing that. Makes sense of my whole career. We were featured on the BBC One show. I don't know whether you saw that in the summer.
I saw it, Baji. I
It's a
saw
very,
it.
very big piece, not just for me. I mean, they asked me to do it, 30 years Boom Shakalak celebration. I says, yeah, we'll do that. But you know what? Come to the college to film the academy. So all of a sudden, you've got the academy, you've got the college, you've got the community on that. So that's what I'm talking about, spending the extra effort to help people. Or otherwise, sorry, I'm just going to stop. Otherwise, it could just be about me.
So
people need to. This has taught people to work together more, especially our communities. We don't help and support each other enough. Not just musicians. I want to see young people want to involve in the arts, sports, whatever. Radio plays a very, very important part. We've had a lot of support from radio. But Suki, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course, Baji. Of course.
Can you ask?
Yeah.
Are we finished filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
Is it still filming?
Yeah, Baji, you're okay.
Can you ask
you break up?
Am I breaking up?
No, there's a little bit. We can, but it's okay. We can hear you. There's a little bit of breakup, but otherwise it's fine. We're live. So a lot of people are joining in, and Rana's just asking me. He says, "Love from Nairobi all the way from Kenya." So they tuned in. We've got people tuned in from India as well, and also I think Rana. That's fine. You just carry on do whatever you want to do. Don't worry. But yeah, have you seen our photo? Look up, especially put our photo at the back. That's my treasure. That's my treasure, Bodge. That's my treasure. I think coming back to the point of us Asians, I think sometimes we don't appreciate and just realize actually, what a huge star you are in the reggae world. And I think sometimes we may take that for granted. Actually, Apache Indian, Apache, he's Indian, whatever. But we don't actually appreciate that how just how great you are, and also the fact that I can just bump into you walking down Soho Road and taking pictures with people and saying hello to everybody. You're just an amazing, humble person, and I think it goes to show that you've said, Apache Indian is my name out there, but really, what can I do with this name? And you inspiring so many young people with your AIM Academy. And I was going to come to that, Baji, is to say, what inspiration do you actually take from those young people that you work with on a daily basis at your AIM Academy?
What do I?
How do they inspire you? I'm sure you inspire them.
They inspire me completely. This is my whole point. I mean, so much that we can give to the younger generation, but so much we can learn. Generations have changed, attitudes have changed, the communities have become more diverse. So we have to come halfway. We can't just keep pointing the finger and saying, you're not doing this or you're not doing that. So that's what I've done. I've come halfway. Even for parents, I've been a parent since 18. So even the world changed then. So when the kids go to school, obviously it's a different time. So unless the parents meet the kids halfway and say, what's happening at school, or get into their lives and let's speak about things, we're not going to move forward. So yes, from these young kids, I'm sharing all my knowledge from around the world and being a father, but also I'm learning because things have changed. What am I assessing, when a young person comes to see me, are they a star, or are they music, or what? I'm assessing mental health. I'm assessing, if they are happy, if they're sad, if they want to just sit down, if they want to maybe a meal, maybe they want to sing, because whatever it is, we have to be very, very delicate, and we have to be very sensitive to new things that we're learning about anxiety, about mental health, about different, And I put, without getting into people's business, I look after my young people like we look after our children. Sometimes you don't know what the problem is. You don't need to know what the problem is, but you just know there's a problem, and you just help and
Yeah.
you comfort and you speak. We don't speak
Yeah.
enough as men. We don't speak enough as Asians. We don't show emotion that much. Things need to change now about our culture, about this music business or whatever it may be. And we will move together because we're a powerful community, it's a powerful nation. And there's
Yeah.
so much we can achieve if we support each other. A lot of artists are not getting supported out there or not getting played out there, but there's space out there for them. India is different. When I go to India, there's such a love and respect, and everyone's helping each other. Maybe it's a different, harder upbringing. At the end of the UK, we've got a bit too comfortable. There's things to do. Support the industry, support the arts, look at the culture, change things. There's lots of things to discuss. We used to have a show on Brit Asia, Real Talk. There's no discussion program on British Asian TV anymore. There's no way you can have a discussion about anything. Also, we used to open the show with live bands and musicians and singers. After all the channels that we have in the UK, there's not one channel that any young artist can go to and sing. There's not one. So they all have a responsibility to support and look at the community that they're going out to. How come that we have 100 TV Asian UK channels, but there's not one place that you can go and sing a song? So it's important to me because we're not growing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you a question. Pardon?
Yeah, sorry. Is it because maybe us Indians or Asians, whatever you want to call it, we see music as something that we like and we love, but we still don't take it seriously enough?
Does it matter if it was music or if it was anything else? Doesn't someone even say, "Oh, look at her! How come she's passed the exams and my child didn't?" There's a jealousy. There's an underlying rooted few things that we need to address. Okay, the Asian industry, the music. I look at the music. Nearly every artist that you've seen that has been famous for their 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and I've seen them and I know them before and after, they've disrespected me. They would always say this. But yet, if you go to India, and they've apologized since, but if you go to India, they will touch your feet and respect you. So it's not a cultural thing. It's just that something that we don't want each other to win. Right? My academy is based on, I want you to win in life. I want you to win in whatever you want to do. I want you to mix and be a part of this community. I want you to respect other religions and cultures. It's all about good people and bad people, but we have to look at ourselves, especially in this time. So do we support each other enough? No. Do we have an Asian footballer yet? No. Do we have a lot of people in Hollywood, Bollywood? I mean, Hollywood? No. Do we have any Asians in the charts? No. Can we be doing more? Yes. Do we need help? Yes. So I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying my name's Apache Indian. If I just came here and said, go and buy my new album, I'd be wasting my time. I want to use this platform to see if we can bring any change. I'm working with the Academy. And like you said, I've been working in the reggae industry and the black communities for 30 years, the biggest reggae shows, Bob Marley studios, biggest collaborations. It's not an understanding and the love of music. It's understanding of the culture. It's understanding and the love of the culture. I was born in Handsworth and my parents came from Jalandhar and they dropped me off with the nanny next door for 5 years when they went to work. The nanny was Jamaican.
Oh,
the nanny was Jamaican. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's an early age for respect to the parents that would obviously no problem with black people. And later on we said there's racism and there's this and that. They never had a problem before I was born. And then I'm in a Jamaican household for 8 and 10 hours a day for 5 years of my life. So what I'm saying is I have to look at that as how, language, culture, styles, food, I learned from there really. So when you're 14 and 15, you're doing reggae and you see what I'm doing, it started from then. It didn't start from now. But yet, when I made my first record, I told you I was Indian, Apache Indian, movie over India, Chak there, Don Raja. So look how far I try to take the culture. So the message is to people out there, be proud of who you are and conquer and do whatever you have to do. Just do your best, try your best, be your best.
Yeah.
But the day that we all think the same and support each other, I swear, in many industries we will excel. But we're not at the moment. A lot of people have been left behind because we're not supporting them enough.
I was going to say that, and the proof is in the pudding as well, because even now on this album or all the albums that you have produced, I mean, like for example, look, Boom Shakalak is an international track. It could be anywhere. You could actually do a whole reggae album, and you don't have to include, the likes of Punjabi lyrics or the likes of Hindi lyrics, but you've always maintained that in your albums, and you could actually say, well, I don't want to do this because it's the the reggae person or the Jamaican person or the white person can't actually understand the Indian bit. They can maybe understand the English bit, but you've always stuck true to that, Baji, and I applaud you for that. The fact that you have taken Punjabi or Hindi lyrics forward, and I think everybody listening in and listening in later on as well, because this will go on the Punjab 2000 Facebook and the other platforms as well. So listening in, I think we need to. You are our treasure, and I want to say this to you. Well, you are, Baji. You are our treasure, and thank
No,
you
thank God. God
to your
bless you.
nanny. Thank you to your nanny as well. I think we need to mention her because she's the one who made you a Pangra Rega muffin.
No, thank you very much. But the lesson there is, and if I can inspire people, is make music your own. Whatever you're doing, make it your own, and bring something to the table. The reggae boys love the fact that I was bringing something. Then I'm promoting reggae to Asia, to India, and so like I work with Shaggy and Sean Paul and Maxi Priest because I'm yes, I understand the culture and love the music, but I'm pushing it. I presented MTV Reggae Sound System from Jamaica, my own show about reggae music from Jamaica for MTV. I did lots of things. So what I'm saying to people out there is take your culture with you. You don't have to wave the flag all the time. My face is brown, so I don't need to say Indian or Punjabi. You can see my face and know it's different. But anytime I open my mouth, wherever you are, they say, "Where are you from, Kittur?" And then your roots come in from Handsworth to Jalandhar. Be proud of that. But take it to the world. Take Jalandhar to Jamaica.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's fantastic, Baji. And I think, and you have taken that Jalandhar, or from the girl from Jalandhar arranged marriage. I was listening to one of your interviews the other day. I think it was on Canada radio, where you were doing a live session in the studio.
Yeah.
You were belting it out, and the fact that obviously this is Apache Day. The fact that when we raised some money in Oldbury at Hardy's pub, and there was like about 50-60 people there, but you rocked that place. You rocked it. You could have said I'm Apache, and it was raising money for a young girl who needed a young white girl who needed an operation and put together, and you turned up, and you were amazing, because you could have sat there and said I'm Apache Indian, I'm not performing in a pub.
No.
You know what I mean? That's a human.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a human person that you are. That's a wonderful person that you are. Respect, Baji. Respect.
No, thank you very much. And I remember that night. It was a very, very special night. And I encourage again people to do that. All those people out there that have a name or in a position to inspire someone's life or make a difference just by doing a video shout out or something. Why don't you do it? Why don't bigger artists work with artists that are not so famous? On this album, I also have people from my academy. I have John Rogers from my academy, which no one's heard of, and he's on a song which now is going to go out all over the world with the legendary artists. On the album, I also have a very, very special young producer from London called Jay Productions, a young Asian guy which I met last year. And because I look at his story, because there was no real support for him, and he's really talented. I think he even went on X Factor a few years ago. Young Asian guy, producer, and he was so just kind of disheartened with the industry, and no one's playing any music, and he stopped doing music. So I picked him up and started talking to him, raise his confidence, empower him. He started doing a few different projects. His songs are now played on Radio 1. Wow. Other projects that he's done. And he's done 3 songs. He's the only producer who's got 3 songs on this album. Angelina Stronger that I mentioned, and another Spanish collaboration. So look out for his name, J Production. So it's a mixture of some young, fresh sounds that keeps me alive again and inspires me, as well as mixing it with the legendary hunters and the sounds from India. So there's album represents so much talent and so much money goes into it. And yet at midnight tonight, you can buy it for 79 pence. So
yeah, you can.
It's the business. The business doesn't make sense. So really, people, it's for you. It's for all these talents and all these people, white, black, Asian, from around the world, for you to enjoy within 2 or 3 minutes. So show your love and show your support. It's good music, and it represents a lot. It helps the academy, it helps all these people, and it gives a platform to say good things and do good things. And that's what it's about. I can't just come and say buy the music and go and have a good dance. It represents too much. My Bellodger album, I got the first album was called No Reservations, with the Arranged Marriage and, all these other songs. Second one was Make Way for the Indian, and there was like Time for Change and Sadhu the Movement. I'm always trying to say something, even the title of the record. Forget the title of the song. But I don't preach. I don't come here to, but it's time. If we're not saying anything now, when are we saying anything? Look what's
Yeah.
happened in the world. So we have to reflect on ourselves, reflect on the community, reflect on the industries that we're in. Life change, and it will never be the same. Everyone got affected on the planet. It will never be the same. Even the young child is changed, because he's going to hear a different conversation from his parents. Everything has changed. So people have to ask themselves, how did you change? What did you do?
Just coming back to the AIM Academy, Bud, because I know it's a big thing for you and you invest a lot of time in that. So if people now obviously tuned into it now, how can they, what if they just feel, you know, this, I've got something to give, but I need a bit of guidance. So what do? They just walk in or make an appointment? You know, what can people do to come and join you at your academy?
Yeah, good question. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, I mean, the best way to, obviously you can't just walk into a college. The best way we are on Instagram, and there is a website, AIM, Apache Indian Music Academy, AIM, M turns Music Academy. Check it out on Instagram. We've been up and running for 7 years. There are lots of things that you will see there. But yes, people from the community do just walk in and ask the college is Apache here. When does the academy start? At the moment, it's been closed because of colleges are shut and the COVID situation. But we do a lot of stuff online. We do a lot of chatting. It's to help you in every way you can. You will get something out of it. So get in touch and send me a message and say, Apache, I'm interested, and tell me what you want to do. I'm a singer, I'm a writer, I want to dance, I want to play, I want to be a DJ, geometry, whatever, or I just want to come and watch and be a part of the youth club. You don't have to do anything. We have people that don't do music just to be a part of a community, a new family. So reach out. I'm sure I can help you, or somebody there will be able to help you. It's all good people. Come with your respect, come with your manners, don't come with any attitude. And we are there to support you. The college is there, we're in a place of education. So get in touch. It doesn't matter where you're from. I would love to open a AIM Academy in other cities. We are talking to South, we are talking to London, but let's see how that goes. I did open AIM Academy in Holland last year. So there's a Holland AIM Academy. Yeah, basically, because I've been going there for 20 years. I have a great team there. Same setup. We've got young kids. So you will see a Holland Instagram page too, LinkedIn. So you'll see all the young kids there. I go back and forth. Some of my kids go there. Back in the day, we used to do cultural exchanges. Remember, Otto come from France, and so it's not rocket science working in the community. It's not rocket science with the youth club. It's not rocket science working with people abroad. We used to do it all before. That's where I've learned it from. This is not a new idea. The only thing new is the fact that it's a new approach. It's a new approach of how we're doing it and what we're trying to achieve, because I look at the issues that we have. So we have now, I think, no choice but to speak and but to help, because 3 people got shot in Birmingham last week. These are the things that we help with: knife crime, gun crime, alcohol, drug abuse, gang culture, all these things that people think that this just in the news here and there. It happens every day. It affects people's lives every day. Young people are on drugs. A lot of young Asian kids, and the parents may not even know. I end up speaking to parents. So I'm so happy that we made the decision to do that kind of work in the community, because it's helped people, quite frankly. A lot of our Asian families are, and we're asking for help. We're hiding behind egos and pride too much. So time for a change, time for a change, time for a change. Okay. Music brings change.
But when you first came out with no reservations, you was this young. Well, I mean, you're still young. Sorry, I won't say that. But you're cut up and you had a bandana and everything. At what stage did you follow the sadhu life, that you started growing your jatan, as I would like to say in Punjabi, your locks? What happened, and what made you do that? Was it a Rastafarian influence, or was it the sadhu influence?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so the truth is that people that know me, they would know that before I had the lines and before the Apache Indian, I actually grew my dreadlocks before that, when I was 18 years old. And a lot of that, to tell you the truth, at that time was just wanting to be like, the people that I admired, Bob Marley, let's go, the dreadlocks, and I like reggae and all the rest of it. So yes. And then I cut my hair, and it was all about the style of it's all about the lines and the fashion and the whatever, like you saw arranged marriage and the whatever. But then I kept getting drawn back to the dreadlocks, and I started looking into dreadlocks a little bit more. And obviously I've been to India by then a lot more, and I got in touch with my spirit, Hinduism and spirituality. And I started looking at dreadlocks, and I wanted to grow them back again. I started growing them back again, and I started studying dreadlocks, and I found out, and I started speaking to a lot of my Jamaican friends, a lot of people in Africa, and I found out that the dreadlocks, if you look at the earliest images of dreadlocks, comes from Shivaji, the great Shiva, the god, the Hindu god. That's the first ever images of dreadlocks, period. There's nothing before that in history or in time. Look up, if I would tell you, the Shiva with the Jata dreadlocks and all the rest of it. So then when I researched it further and further, at the end of the 18th century, going the 19th century, where people are moving around, a lot of people move from India to Jamaica. So a lot of over the Caribbean, there's lots of Indians. And a lot of the sadhus went because, they didn't have any work, and they had the Jata, and they're in Jamaica. This is true because I'm speaking to the Jamaicans, and the Jamaicans would know it themselves. So the Jamaican will come to the guy with the dreadlocks. What's this? What is the... So the dreadlocks in the Rastafari culture was influenced by Hinduism. So it actually came from Hinduism, not Rastafari. Rastafari, Selassie, there's no dreadlocks. Dreadlocks were made popular from Bob Marley. But if the stories are the earlier days, the first image that they saw was from India. And then the Sadhu would say, "What do you believe in life?" And the Sadhu would say, "Yes, the road of life, the path of life, a Rasta." And that's where Rasta came from, the Rasta.
Oh, okay.
So there's lots of, there's lots, and even you talk about smoking weed and all that, there would, the Gali. So imagine the smoking, you're getting rid of evil spirits and the Gali, and today they will call weed Gali weed. Where do you think these names come from? Right. So people need to look at the influences of religion and culture from way, way back. So going back to your question, surely it's more real to have dreadlocks as a Hindu than anything else in the world, because that's the earliest images. I am a Hindu. I pay respect to my culture. But also, yes, of course, Rastafari. I learned so much from Rasta. I grew up with Rastas. The peace, the love, the respect, the unity. All these words come from Rasta, come from Jamaican culture. The unity, the respect, and all these things I've learned from Rasta. When I grew up listening to reggae music, it was conscious. They would speak about something. Reggae DJs would speak about what's happening in the news. Bob Marley would tell you what's Subway or something, there's a problem. Indian music, I never got that. It was love songs. It was cushy. It was happy. And I understood why, because from India, people they're already sad. They don't want to be jubilant. They want happy. Let's dance. But I was missing the consciousness. So the love of Indian music, the love of pop music, but the consciousness from reggae, to put it to a subject like arranged marriage, to make it conscious, informative, and to deliver it to almost a new genre of music. So I made it my own. So people have to understand, from the dreadlocks and all. It's not just, I'm 53 years old, I'm not carrying dreadlocks as a fashion. It brings me peace. It comes from my culture. It comes from Rasta. It comes from Hinduism. So yes, I've written songs. One of my biggest songs, my most requested, is a song called Om Namah Shivaya. I don't know whether you've heard that song.
I've heard it.
A video. Yeah, it's my most requested across generations and genres. White, black, from Brazil. They're listening to it at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you will pick up about my life and who I am, beliefs. I've even written a song about it through my music. You only people, they always hear the big hit songs, but listen, it's all available. You hear my story. I'm sharing my life, my story, whether from religion to spirituality, my views and opinions about things in my music. And I, again, try to encourage people to say, who are writers and singers out there, what are you writing about? There's so much things to say. Look what's going on in the world. You're still saying the same things. You're making the same videos. I did something different in the 90s. Everyone's the same thing. Come on. There's things to say. Music is powerful. You've got a great platform around the world. Unless you're saying something, no one's interested. Because in this day and age, you use the platform and use it properly. And it's not just about the song. When you get on that TV show or off that stage and you got the mic in your hand, you make sure you say the right things. Otherwise, nobody wants to hear how great you are. There's problems in the world, and everyone. It's very, very simple. Use the platform to make a change. Use your lyrics to write something that's going to inspire somebody. Otherwise, why have you got time for it all? Why do the DJs have time? Come on, let's get serious.
How do you write your lyrics? Because because in your singing, it's not just like a tappa and then you come back to the same thing, tappa, come back to the same thing. There's so many words, you need to link up. Sorry, I won't hold you up for long, but I just,
Oh
I know
no,
you
it's all
might
right,
want,
Red. It's all right. I got no
you might want to go.
problem.
That's not part of the issue. She's not
I'm
saying,
still
Roti
recording.
ready now.
No, no. The truth is that I've always respected all the writers. Writers, I'm a writer, and to tell you the truth, if I didn't write my own lyrics, you wouldn't have never heard about me. Because unless I'm writing my own lyrics, why would I want to sing somebody else's song? That always baffled me. But then I got to understand later. Obviously, there's people that can write songs that can't sing, and people that can sing that can't write songs. So everyone works together. Everyone complements everyone. But I've always written my songs because it comes from my heart, it comes from my soul. But there's no set formula. Sometimes I sit in there and arranged marriage took me a little while to write because it was clever. I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
the words are right. I'd sit down with mummy and daddy and say, "Hey, kid, what should I write? What does that mean?" And make sure I pronounce it properly. Otherwise, people say, "Hey, you didn't say it properly." And some of the reggae, some of the boom shakalaks, it came very, very quickly once I heard the beat. You're not going to spend much time writing "Wine your body and wriggle your belly." It's either going to come or it's not going to come. Right? So it came very, very easily. So no real set patterns. Bello, I used to write a lot of songs without any music. Just had something in my head. The melody would come. Everything around me, I'd look at it as a song. Wake up and going to school could be a song, or going to work could be a song. So I'd write it down. And back in the day, you wouldn't have a phone. You'd have a little dictaphone thing, a little dictape recording machine or something. So artists are very lucky now. They've got a phone. They can record a beat. They can play a beat and sing a thing on top, and they've got a demo recording already. So, but I love writing. As I said, I've won a lot of awards for my writing and my music. I love writing from school. I love writing. Recently, I've sang a few songs that other people have written, which I don't mind after 20 years, which is a great experience again. Songs that I probably wouldn't have written. So I love working with the writers. But you hit on a very, very good point that the writers, especially in the Indian industry, they don't get respected. They don't get. It's not just about the writing, the registering of the PRS. The advice is when you're doing the song and you're doing the deal to pass it over to somebody, sign it. Look at what you're signing. Don't just accept the money, accept the PRS. Tell them that God has given you a gift that you're a writer, and please don't take that away from me. Give me what's due. If it's £5, it's £5. If it's £5 million, it's £5 million. But let it come from the people and don't take it. Those people who have done that to other people should be ashamed, because you're stealing from somebody else's talent, money that could have gone to their children, their families. I don't know why they've done that. For years they've done that. Big hit songs. And Punjabi industry, and they got 50 quid, 100 quid. If you look at my Instagram for this album, there's about 25 people involved with this album. Every single one of them has done a video shout out saying thank you, Apache, or on the album, and everyone's respected, everyone's treated well, everyone signed a contract, everyone's getting PRS, everyone's looked after. And that's why I'm still here today, because I always look after people, whether they're young people in the academy, whether they're bigger people. They don't even sometimes know what's fair, and I make it and I tell them, and they realize later, look, Apache was fair, but we never knew. So don't pull the wool over people's eyes. Be fair to them, because the young people don't know, or the writer in India may not know. I tell them different. Apache, sign this and register your song. I'll help you register it, because if it one day may be something. And most of the times it is something. So that's nice. Look after our industry, look after our people. Otherwise, we're not going to move forward. I encourage artists to carry on writing and recording songs, because what else are we doing? I would like to, and all the fans out there have supported. I'm celebrating 30 years. I've had so much messages this year about the BBC One show, about the big Links advert that's been extended and running right through the whole, probably the longest running TV commercial. People say now with a reggae song. That's what the reggae community are, really. Do we hear reggae on TV? But yeah, you've got a reggae from an Indian artist playing every single day, 5 times a day. That's where you get respect from. Obviously, that's helped me a little bit from some royalties. Right? While we're not making any money, so you always get a little bit of blessing when you do good things. You get a bit of blessing.
My son was after Aman was saying, "Whoa, he must be loaded by now."
What do you think I'm doing in Spain? Right? Listen, I like to thank all the DJs that are supporting. Look at my Instagram. I mean, there's interviews and a front page that we just got from people around the world. I did an interview Cape Town, so I know your listeners are global. So we're not just talking to the UK, we're talking to everyone around the world that are supporting. The DJs are hammering the song. I mean, when you hear the album, people just fall in love with it. I'm a big fan of the album myself. It's just something magical about it. Big respect to Hunters, Roach Killer, J Productions, everyone that's involved. Big respect to the DJs. Tonight is available, and then from every day on, from there, from India to everywhere, please support because of what he represents. Yeah. Big respect to Punjab 2000. But Suki, I got one problem. Can you help me? Is anyone listening?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just you and me, mate.
Okay, but okay, I know I've got a good relationship with a lot of the DJs but obviously I've been out of the scene for a little while. I'm getting older. I don't know everybody. So there's a station there, BBC Asia Network.
Oh, Hanji Banji.
Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone there?
I sort of, Banji, you know we're live, right?
No, but you know we are
live.
Live ki,
yeah.
But do कोई friend है क्या उथे कोई?
Banji, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ friend ਉੱਥੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਘੱਟ ਆ.
No, they used to call me, but I don't see it. I think they've gone now.
I was about to say the same thing. ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ Dips, ਸਾਡਾ ਯਾਰ.
Okay, I need a connection there. At least play the song in it. Some support, because they're not playing the song. They're not playing this album. Kushne, nothing. Can you have a word?
Baji, I think rather than me having a word, I think all the people who are listening to us right now, they need to know that the BBC Asia Network, all radio stations, BBC radio stations out there, do belong to the license fee payers, so they can write in and actually request. You know, they should do that because
the BBC stations up and down the country, Jerry, BBC, Sheffield, Manchester, they're all playing the album and previous songs. You know what I mean? So I love them. But Jerry, BBC Asian Network, there's some problem there, Dred. Some banga there. I mean, we do pay the tax monies. They do pay. You know, we not only pay their wages, but we give them music. That's what I'm saying. So in this all, okay, we've been supporting the network. But what I'm saying, Bello, there was not even a network. There's a few scattered stations in it, and now we made it into network support. So I love them so much. Bello, I think they've moved away now, but I don't know anyone there. If you know a man, I don't know whether maybe they want a little backhand up, I don't know. Glossy, I mean, just to support the. You know, wait, it's not about me. Around the world. Last year, I went to India, and I did a song with Rough Star, and everyone's asking me, how come the BBC is not playing anything? So I don't know what to say. And then I got the academy, so all the young kids at the academy, which they could be supporting. Or we can, how come the BBC and the BBC are based in Birmingham? Many basically, I'm just embarrassed. I don't know what to say to the industry, to the kids, to the community. BBC Kia, I'm sorry if I said anything, Kia. Can we just support each other? Play the song, but support the kids. In fact, don't play the song, just support the academy.
Yeah.
I think let me know. Just I could slip him a little. You know what I mean? Banda Haga, just yes, big respect everyone. Apache Indian, look out for the album. What's not to love? Suki Bhatta, love you. Punjab 2000, Sunset, Media Moguls, big respect. And 27th, I've been waiting for it, and it's 26th today. So tomorrow is a special day, 27, waiting for it. So thank you.
Thank you, Baji. Thank you for saving this interview for today, because your album is going live tonight. So that's very kind of you. You know, appreciate that. We love you, whether anybody else loves you or not. We don't care. I think we both without saying anything. So we support you. We love you. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the smiles. Thank you for, and I think it's so vital what you've just told us today about yourself. And I think it's so brilliant that every song, every album is part of you and Apache Indian. And I think you do a tremendous work with all the young people out there. And shame on those people who are not supporting you, whoever they are. Shame.
If it's not. Remember, it's not me, because my name is Apache Indian, whether anyone plays my music or not. But the work that I represent in the kids in the community and the academy. Anyone who's not a part of that link right now, especially the industry, the music industry. Let's just talk about the industry. Who is not supporting the artists now? We give you music that's kept your jobs. We now don't have jobs. So how are you not supporting us? Don't support me. If you can support my academy and you're sitting in Birmingham, support it. If you're not, get out of Birmingham. If you're not supporting the industry, you shouldn't be in the industry. Bring back the passion of music and support us now. So all the past, from me, I apologize. From anyone, forget the problems. The world changed. Help us. Help the music industry.
Move on.
It's not me. Let's move on together, because we have no choice now. Suki, thank you very much. God bless you.